Have you ever seen a moment where one simple twist of fate changes a poor girl's entire life? Watch till the end, because this story will not only shock you but also touch your heart in ways you didn't expect, and if you love stories that reveal the hidden kindness and destiny that still exists in this world, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Goodness Corner right now, because trust me, you won't want to miss the ending of this one. The story begins with Anna, a quiet, hard-working girl who lived her life in the shadows of her more glamorous older sister, Clara. Anna was the kind of girl who always put family first, even if it meant sacrificing her own dreams. She worked at a small bookstore, earning just enough to help her mother with the bills, while Clara, beautiful and admired, always attracted suitors and lived a life of attention. One evening, Clara was supposed to go on a blind date arranged by her friend, a man who was said to be a successful businessman. But Clara, in her usual way, brushed it aside, saying she was too busy with her social life. Their mother, tired of Clara's carelessness, insisted someone should at least go to meet the man because he had been waiting for weeks, and she feared that rejecting him rudely would bring shame on their family. Anna didn't want to interfere, but when Clara smirked and said, "Why don't you go instead, Anna? Pretend to be me, it will save me the trouble," something inside her mother pushed Anna to accept. So dressed in Clara's borrowed dress that barely fit her, Anna nervously made her way to the upscale restaurant, completely unaware that her life was about to change forever. When she walked in, she felt out of place among the glittering chandeliers, polished marble floors, and elegantly dressed guests. Her hands shook as she clutched her purse, afraid that the man would immediately see through her borrowed disguise. She scanned the tables until her eyes landed on a tall, broad-shouldered man sitting by the window, his dark suit perfectly tailored, his expression serious as if he carried the weight of the world. That man was Ethan Cole, the CEO of a multinational company, and more importantly, a single father raising a 6-year-old daughter on his own. Anna froze. She had never sat across someone with such power, and yet, when Ethan's eyes met hers, instead of the cold arrogance she expected, she saw curiosity and warmth flicker in them. "Clara?" he asked softly as she reached the table. Anna swallowed hard and nodded, her heart racing with guilt, but she told herself she'd stay just long enough to not embarrass her family. The waiter poured wine, and Ethan began asking about her life. But unlike Clara, Anna spoke humbly, shyly mentioning her love for books and her work at the small shop. Ethan tilted his head, intrigued. He had met countless women who only cared about wealth and status, yet here was someone who glowed when she talked about stories and dreams, not money or fame. Hours slipped by unnoticed, and Ethan found himself laughing for the first time in months. Anna too was surprised by how easy it felt to speak to him, forgetting the lie she was sitting on. But just when Anna thought she could excuse herself and leave, Ethan's phone rang. It was his daughter, Lily. Without hesitation, Ethan answered, his voice softening instantly, and Anna listened as he promised to come home and read her favorite bedtime story. When he hung up, he caught Anna's gaze and smiled apologetically. "She's my whole world," he admitted. Anna's heart melted, because she had always dreamed of a love that pure, not in romance but in family bonds. Ethan then shocked her by saying, "Would you like to meet her? She's been asking about me meeting someone new, and I think she'd like you." Anna panicked, shaking her head, but Ethan gently placed his hand over hers, his touch firm yet kind. "Don't leave," he said, his voice carrying both authority and plea. "For once, I feel something real." Tears threatened to spill from Anna's eyes. She had never been chosen over her sister, never been valued for her quiet heart. Yet here was a powerful man who could see past appearances and into her soul. She wanted to confess the truth, but something deeper inside her whispered that fate had brought her here for a reason. And in that moment, sitting across from the CEO and single father who refused to let her leave, Anna realized that this night was only the beginning of a story that would turn her humble world upside down. So don't go anywhere, because what happens when he learns she isn't the sister he thought she was will break your heart and heal it all at once. And before we step into the next chapter of this life-changing journey, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Goodness Corner, because what you're about to hear next will stay with you forever. Anna sat frozen as Ethan guided her gently toward his car, insisting she come to meet Lily. Her heart pounded with guilt. She wasn't Clara, she wasn't the glamorous woman he thought he was meeting. But when the door opened and a little girl with sparkling eyes ran into his arms, Anna's fear melted. Lily looked at her shyly, clutching a teddy bear, and whispered, "Is this the lady you told me about, Daddy?" Ethan smiled and nodded. For the first time in her life, Anna felt seen, not as Clara's shadow, not as the poor girl from the bookstore, but as someone who could belong. She read Lily a story that night, her soft voice filling the room, and Ethan watched silently, his heart tightening in ways he hadn't felt for years. In that moment, he didn't care about names or titles, he only knew he didn't want her to leave. But Anna's secret weighed heavy, and she knew the truth would come crashing down soon. Still, destiny had tied them together, and nothing could undo that. If you believe fate works in mysterious ways, then hit the like button and subscribe to Goodness Corner, because this story proves love finds us when we least expect it.